right, everyone. This Saweetie story is becoming increasingly bizarre. I wrote a story about Saweetie a few days ago, in case you're not aware of what I mean. This was her pal, or whatever it was. That was effective for her. On her Instagram stories, she now attacked Saweetie for failing to pay her. She sort of threw some tea outside when she scolded her, and it was quite dirty. Now, you may view my previous video if you're not up to date and would want the complete breakdown. In essence, though, Saweetie was introduced by this friend. She essentially implied that Saweetie was a cokehead. In addition to practicing witchcraft, she was meddling with other people's marriages, implying that she did have sex with Offset. She also blasted now. Text messages from Saweetie essentially imply that she is taking advantage of her new partner, Jadon Sancho. Despite his success as a soccer player, Jadon Sancho has a thing for Saweetie. She is with him. Name inked on him and all that. But based on the text message she revealed, it appears like Saweetie is only using him for his bag. Monique Slaughter joined the conversation to further embellish this tale. What the hell does Monique have to do with this situation? Is probably what you're thinking. Monique, however, took to the comments section and provided a more thorough explanation of the entire situation. In other words, despite her claims that she was earning her jobs, this female who worked with Saweetie is supposedly more like a madam. All right. Monique is therefore claiming that in essence, this woman is connecting Saweetie with wealthy customers all over the world. Monique then remarked, "No, I'm being sincere. She connects well-known ladies with well-known men. The men are her clients, and they compensate her for thing. She claims to work with her Saweetie. Some of her clientele are fans of Saweetie. She arranges for the men to meet Saweetie on tours in various nations. She claims that Saweetie advised him not to pay her since this guy genuinely likes her. However, this now makes it obvious that if there is communication with a client, confidentiality is completely violated and exposure is imminent. In other words, Saweetie owes this woman money since she brought her clients. Additionally, one of Saweetie's clients is purportedly Jadon Sancho, her new partner. But allow me to... What are your thoughts on this bizarre tale? Are you convinced? Do you think Saweetie is out there utilizing her resources to achieve her goals? Please share your thoughts with me in the remarks. But let's go on to the next tale. All right, everyone. Matthew Knowles, Beyoncé's father, revealed some bizarre information regarding the necessity for Beyoncé and Alicia Keys to be evacuated from Rio by air because their lives were in jeopardy. Regarding Beyoncé's parents, Tina and Matthew, I can predict that they will reveal it. All right? Matthew will reveal Beyoncé's professional life, and Tina will share some sort of embarrassing tale about her. Do any of you recall Beyoncé and Alicia Keys' song, Put It in a Love Song? The 2010 one? Have you ever pondered, though, why the song never had a music video? Alicia Keys and Beyoncé, two of the most well-known musicians in the world, particularly in those days. Alicia Keys was a well-known figure, and you believe they put their everything into the video, but they don't. Thus, in an interview, Matthew Knowles described the bizarre backstory to what really transpired. In essence, he clarified that the reason we didn't receive a video was because Beyoncé's and Alicia Keys' lives were in jeopardy. This was now because of the fact that Sony failed to compensate the Rio thugs. Listen to it. Interviews.
What happened to the Alicia Keys and Beyoncé music video for
what?
and a love song? Where is it? Mr. Knowles.
Which video?
Shot in Brazil? We saw a little glimpse of it.
So I get a phone call because I'm not a micromanager, and they're in the projects hood ghetto in Rio, and Sony hadn't paid the gangsters, and they had to be helicoptered out of there. A whole lot you don't know, young man. Yeah. It's a lot that people don't know.
Just to give you an idea of how dangerous Rio was when they attempted to film that video in Brazil. Thus, there were 43,684 murders in Brazil at the time. All right, it's 2010. Thus, that's 22 homicides per 100,000 people, as opposed to the 6.9 homicides per 100,000 people worldwide. And among the worst places was Rio in particular. And now for the wild part. It was in November 2010, just around the time that the bizarre thing happened. There was a huge security problem in November 2010, which is exactly when they would have been shooting this video, okay? The city's police were being attacked by criminal groups, and the situation deteriorated to the point that the military had to intervene. And, these street gangs weren't just street gangs. They were criminal organizations that were completely dominated whole communities. Therefore, there was absolutely nothing to play with. Since it could have gone very badly if they hadn't left when they did, I'm not sure why Sony felt they could play in these people's faces like that. Terribly. And when you need to be taken out right away, you know you're in danger. The absurd thing is that despite having completed the video's filming, it was never released. Additionally, when Alicia Wen questioned about this years later in 2016, Keys gave a completely different explanation that Matthew is aware of. The finished product simply didn't have the energy they were looking for. My question is, what is the current true story? Was it Rio's drama? Was it because they were dissatisfied with the outcome? Perhaps both. We never saw it though, in any case. Additionally, the song's performance in the US was poor. It did not chart in the United States, but it did chart in other nations. Additionally, some individuals believe that the lack of a music video is the reason. However, in 2010, it was having a video was crucial if you had a song that was about to be released. Therefore, it was significant at the time for two of the world's top artists to collaborate on a song without creating a music video. However, I would like to know what you all think. Regarding this bizarre tale, what do you believe to be the true cause of this video's non-release? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. I'll chat after that. That's all I have for you.
Why is everybody acting so shocked that Saweetie be out there selling that box? Because it's gonna be real. Like, Saweetie is a rapper, but she don't make money from rap. So how else is she supposed to keep up with her flashy, wealthy lifestyle? Let's be all the way real. Her music don't sell. She don't go on tour. She don't have no brand deals. Like, she don't do anything. She barely posts, because that's how people in all them industries really get their money, like, especially rappers, because, rappers be on their label money, but if you're not making any money, you're going to owe your label, and then that's why you get shelved or they dropped you. Like, Saweetie don't even have an album out. And matter of fact, Saweetie has never dropped an album, actually, and on top of it, she's never been on a tour by herself, like a tour for Saweetie. Saweetie's never even been on tour. All she's ever did was pop up at Rolling Loud Festival. She's never did nothing else. Now, granted, she had a couple endorsements with McDonald's and Mac, and some other shit, but Saweetie don't make no noise. She's still, like, at the level she's at, she's damn near still a new artist. She just didn't go nowhere. Like, so for her to be selling that box overseas and damn near got a madam and be doing drugs, well, yeah, like, she's just doing what she got to do. And I just feel like that's a lot of those rap girls, because their music don't sell, so they're not making money from music. So if they're not making money from music, they either selling it or they put up with a rich man somewhere, like JT. Like, your music don't sell, but your lifestyle's so flashy, so clearly somebody's footing the bill.
Saweetie getting exposed for allegedly being a yacht girl, it wouldn't surprise me if it were true. And I'm not saying it is true, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying a lot of girls be yacht girls, 304, sex workers, however you want to slice it. Saweetie has been in the game since like 2017, 2018, and her music has never done crazy numbers. She's never like broken any records or nothing super crazy like that, yet she's still relevant in the industry. She's still making a ton of money. I never once thought all of her money was coming from her music. And she makes music about niggas tricking on her and only fucking with niggas with money. She looks amazing, has a great body. She's always out the country. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she was out here, doing something funny for some money. Allegedly, a lot of the Instagram girlies, they be, giving it up like that. Even if you take celebrities and well-known people out of it, a lot of regular everyday people be giving it up like that. No, I feel like there's like levels to it. There's some people, they'll just have some tricks who they can hit up for some money. There's some people who will go on dates with men. Some people hit the blade and find men. I just wouldn't be too surprised if Saweetie had gotten into some crazy things. But the girl who came out and accused Saweetie of doing all this and of allegedly, doing the booger sugar, she 100% gives madam vibes. Because to be talking about, oh, I took you to this country, I took you to this place, that place, she definitely gave madam who Saweetie tried to run off on, and now the girl has clearly said what she needs to say behind closed doors, still hasn't got her money, now she's bringing it to the internet. So I don't know, but it's all crazy. Honestly, nothing surprises me though. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know these people, so I could hear anything about anybody and be like, I could probably see that, because bitch, I don't know.
Saweetie has really been the topic of conversation this week because of her music. No, come on, don't be ridiculous. Come on, be serious for a fucking second. If you're gonna play games, get off the video and start to talk. Blind Adams have been saying this for a while, but now there is a woman on Instagram who is accusing Saweetie of being a yacht girl. For those of you who don't know what a yacht girl is, it's basically a girl who sells cookies, but she's not a Girl Scout. If you hearing this news is shocking to you and you never saw this coming, I'm willing to bet that you're also the kind of person who, when your baby daddy said if you gave him a little bit more coochie, he would start being a better father, and you believed him and did it. Hearing this news is unbelievable to you, it's shocking to you, you're also the kind of person who buys hair care products from The Rock. I I've said it before, and I can crucify for it. People get so mad every single time I bring it up. But your favorite musicians are not very wealthy. Like, there's no money to be made in the music industry. A lot of them are broke. Some of the influencers on this app make more money than your favorite musicians. And the reason why, it's not just because, I think especially this applies especially like in hip hop, it's not just because they don't get paid that much, it's also because they get paid a decent amount. It's because their lifestyle is extremely expensive. Like, if you are in hip hop, part of being in hip hop is that you have to look rich, you have to pretend to be ultra wealthy, and living outside of your means is very expensive. It's not just like having a fancy house and owning cars, right? It's also like having a glam team all the time, having an agent, having a manager, having a social media person. All of that is very, very expensive. In your mind, you thought Saweetie was affording all of that off of her music career when she's been in the game 10 years and has still not put out a debut album. The hilarious thing about that is that I think that Saweetie is very, very marketable. I think there's a world where Saweetie could make a bunch of money, because at this point in time, the point in becoming a musician is because it's the easiest way to become famous, right? And once you are famous, then you are marketable, and that's when you bring in the money. If you are ever trying to pocket watch your favorite celebrity and they're a musician specifically, right, and you're trying to figure out if they're broke or not, all you have to do is check to see their endorsement deals, right? The more endorsement deals they have, the more paid they are. If you have a favorite celebrity, I'm not gonna say no names, there's one in particular I'm thinking of, and they haven't had an endorsement deal in years, they're probably broke. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Unless they own businesses and companies that are kept on the hush, 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 they're probably broke. Pink wig.
My rap artist Saweetie has recently been accused of being a yachter, doing paid and arranged relationships, losing clients because she's abusing substances, doing voodoo. I see a lot of people, one, asking what yachting is, and two, wanting this whole situation broken down, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Now, Saweetie's accused of being a yachter. A yachter is somebody that gets on boats and they abuse maritime law. There's a thin line of do's and don'ts in the ocean, and sometimes they use that thin line to buy and sell cat. Now, Saweetie does live a very luxurious lifestyle, and I just can't believe that she's living this lifestyle from her music. Now, Maybach May, who's put these allegations on Saweetie, is accused of being a madame. A madame is a higher tier yachter or a higher tier escort, and they usually are in charge of divvying out the girls. A good example of an alleged madame is Natalie Nunn or Jocelyn Hernandez or any of the bitches that got a show on Zeus Network. They have countless allegations of going to Dubai for these lash parties, but you never see any lashes sold. Then they always come back talking about how they got the bag. Now, one of the things that seems Maybach May is accusing Saweetie of is not fulfilling the full agreement. What's the agreement, you may ask? I think Saweetie was supposed to meet up with the soccer player. I think they were supposed to do and call it a day. Now, Miss Madame is alleging that Saweetie told the soccer player not to pay the madame and just to pay her. Now, here's a video of Saweetie originally meeting the guy at the soccer game, and I think it is a little weird that she doesn't even look like she knows who he is. She doesn't even realize that he's coming over to see her until he gets there, and then she hugs him, and it's like a little awkward. Now, she said this was a paid appearance, so what I think was supposed to happen is I think Saweetie was supposed to get paid to go visit this guy, if you know what I mean. I think when this man visited Saweetie, he fell in love, and she realized that, so she told this man, just pay me, you don't gotta pay her. Now, since Saweetie got the whole pay cut, maybe they have to act like they're in a relationship so it doesn't look weird, a big transfer of money. So what famous sports player is not gonna give his girl hella money anyways? And they were gonna ice the madame after.
And don't y'all get on here acting fake surprised about Saweetie. I've been told y'all months ago, it damn sure wasn't the fucking music. I need you guys to stop putting these people on a pedestal. And you know, with everything unraveling right now, I made my last video about it. Please understand, there is a reason people are scared of that Fent. Pepsi and Coca-Cola company has never shut down, babes. Never shut down. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, what you wanna claim. There is two sides of peer pressure.